Yo, what's up, everybody? It's time once again for 95X Cares, our community animal rescue effort brought to you by the Law Office of William Mattar, Invisible Fence, and the Roofing Guys, helping the community every single time. I am Dixon, joined as always by Jenny. How are you this week?
I am doing very good. I love this weather that we're having, so I've been in good spirits with it.
You're one of the fall people, aren't you, Jenny?
I am. I'm real basic.
It's all right. I listen, I I don't dislike the fall, right? Like it's better than winter. But I like that period as summer turns into fall, not official fall, but the 70s during the day,
Yeah.
50s at night, you can open your windows, don't need a fan or an air conditioner. That's my little tiny area in which I wish I could live forever.
Okay. You want to know what? I accept it. I think that that's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
I live for September through, I don't know, May, and then I'm tapped.
Yeah, for
So
me, I live for like September through the end of September.
you're like, if I could just do that all the time.
Yeah,
I
12 of those, order it up, we'd be good. Uh, Weather aside, we've got to retread this week because Barron is back on our radar.
know.
Earlier this year in March, and he has still yet to find that forever home. He does have a foster right now. That foster is coming to an end on October 14th. So, our boy Barron, who, yes, he is a handful, and we'll explain why, but it's important that we find him a forever home or a foster who has an opportunity to maybe help us help him find a home.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm a I am a sucker for Baron. I think that, we talk all the time about how people are like, oh, there's no like purebred dogs when you rescue them. You have to get them from a breeder. You have to get them as a puppy. Not true. Here's another perfect example. Baron is a German Shepherd. He is absolutely gorgeous. And he has a medical diagnosis that does need to be treated. You're going to have to help me out here. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. Did I get it?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
it's EPI. I'm sure that if you listen to the radio or you watch TV or YouTube, you've seen commercials for it. It's something that's becoming prevalent in humans as well. It's something that I deal with in a post pancreatic failure world where I'm also diabetic. So
Mhm.
while the dog is not diabetic, there are certain things that are similar with the condition. Obviously, we don't feed sugar to our dogs.
Right. Yeah.
But carbs are sugar. So
Mhm.
part of one of the main things that you're going to have to really pay attention to with Barron is his diet.
Yep.
And part of that diet is a specific medication that he needs to supplement something that his body's not making. That's what the exocrine pancreatic insufficiency is. It means that his pancreas doesn't create the proper enzymes to turn what he's eating into the proper energy and nutrition without also storing an immense amount of fat, right? So, like,
100%.
yeah.
Hmm.
So ultimately, if you think about the dog in the way of a human, it's just a matter of making small, really insignificant changes, but just sticking to them, just knowing that, hey, he's going to be on a relatively high protein diet. He's going to need this medicine forever. I think the fact that he is a dope looking, handsome dog,
Hmm.
a year and a half old, gets along with every single person he's ever met like they're his best friend. While he may be dog selective, I think that this is a fantastic young dog who is purebred. Um, Man, I think every bit of the good totally outweighs the tiny little bit of the bad. I don't know that I've ever had a dog that didn't need a regimen of something,
Yeah. And when
right? I
we're
mean,
talking about his regimen, it's like an enzyme sprinkle that you put on top of his food. And so I got curious and I was wondering, how much is this medication? And it was previously upwards of like $150 every 5 weeks, which I know when we're talking about like money, especially these days with how crazy expensive the world is, that is expensive. However, they have found an alternative that they will be getting him regimented with. So it's about $60 a month. which is 100% more palatable. So there's like in full transparency, that is what this dude needs. It's literally you sprinkle it on his food. It is a wash. It is something that's super, super simple to do. And he's house trained. He's crate trained. Like Dixon was just saying, he's good with literally every single human he has ever met. He treats them all like his best friend. He's picky about some of his dog friends, but who's not? I've dealt with that dog selective stereotype with just about all of my dogs forever. There's literally nothing wrong with your dog having some boundaries. Um, because he's young, he could definitely benefit from further training. German Shepherds are incredibly smart dogs. They're incredibly loyal. He's gonna be an amazing, amazing asset to somebody's family. Or maybe you're like, listen, I'm in a position to help. I will foster and kind of see how it goes. And I don't have a timeline as far as like when he has to be out. The rescue is going to help you with the cost of the enzyme if you are fostering. So maybe you're just somebody who can step up and step into that role. But like we were just saying, like there's that deadline, and I don't know about you, but I get very like panicky when there's like a timestamp on like this one
Anxiety,
that's
it's
supposed to happen
real.
by. Oh, because he's so deserving. He's such a loving dog that we don't want to see that timestamp come up and then him get kind of like tossed back and us not have a place to help him get to. Um, so I guess we're acting as a bridge again, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think Baron is one of those dogs that is like a once in a blue moon opportunity to go get yourself a well-behaved, purebred dog. Um, and this is a matter of opinion, so if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But like, I think that sometimes these health concerns are part of them being purebred.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and you want to know what? Let's put a little sugar coating on this that I totally forgot to tell you about. His adoption fee has been sponsored. So this is a dog that you will literally do your application as normal, give her some references to look over, make sure that he's going to a good home. They're going to talk about the enzyme sprinkle going on his food, and it's once you're approved, like he can just come to your front door and knock knock, he's home. So there is a huge, huge, huge benefit as well. Um, he's perfect. Why isn't he home yet?
I agree. I agree. And again, this is our friend Aaron in Powerful Paws, which, if you all remember, a little over a year ago, that's where I adopted Mr. Wiggles from. I can tell you that out of the 7 rescue dogs that I've rescued in my adult life, this was by far not only the easiest transition, but
Mhm.
Aaron goes above and beyond, whether you're a foster or an adoptee. And again, we did start as a foster for Mr. Wiggles because he was not the dog that we went to look at, but we saw that there was a need and he was sweet. And then he was here for a day and a half and we just pulled the trigger, right? Like, you don't know that that's not going to happen with Baron. And
Right.
this isn't a time consuming thing. This is literally, you're going to feed him, you're going to give him water every day. It's literally one extra step. And just look at the pictures, right? Like, saw one already. There's a couple more coming up in the video. He is, in my opinion, a dog that I would, if I didn't have an insane dude already in my house, I would go and get, right? Because we could, you know, coalesce over our pancreatic insufficiencies together. But it's one of those things where I've got to say, like, this is a story that would have moved me had I
Mhm.
not already had a dog in place. Like, I would have told you, let's find somebody else. I'll call Aaron. I'll have Aaron live with me. It'll be fine. Um,
That's how I feel. And I have dogs selected, like I said, I have dog selective dogs in my family, and all of our dogs get together regularly. So they kind of are a pack of sorts. And so if by chance there was one in the pack that he didn't get along with, it really wouldn't mesh well here. But this is another one of those cases that I like said to my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, tell me not to be stupid because I'm gonna have a dog and be pregnant and have a toddler running around and this will be insane. He's like, we can't do insane right now. Things are already insane. But he's a love and he deserves that opportunity. So, and Erin is as well. She's literally one of the most fantastic people that I know. She really goes above and beyond for the community, for her fosters, for the people who adopt through her program. She's just a real, like, one of a kind person. So, I would love to see us be able to rally and just help her out, especially with this case, because I know that Baron has definitely stolen a piece of her heart, as all the dogs who come through her program do, but especially those with those medical needs. They just kind of take a piece of us and run with it. And uh, I want to see us be able to help her.
Absolutely. And fingers crossed somebody out there sees this video and goes and takes Baron in, even if it's just as a foster for the time being. That's all we're asking for with this. So
Absolutely.
all the contact information for Aaron and Powerful Paws will pop up on the screen when we're done talking. We appreciate you, Jenny, so much for bringing this to our attention. And since you kind of slipped it in, I'm just going to slip this in on the way out and say congratulations. We'll be back next week with another episode of 95X Cares. And again, can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this and for keeping me on point to go back and check on guys like Baron that may not have found a home. And this was something that I would have clearly missed without you. So thank you so much to you. Thank you to Aaron for being so diligent and taking care of him this entire time. And thanks to our sponsors as well, the Law Office of William Matara, the Roofing Guys, and Invisible Fence. Jenny, we'll talk to you next week for 95X Cares.
We'll see you then.
Take care, everybody.